Yeah, my name's Ned Levitt. I'm chairman of Smart Risk, which is a charity that's devoted to raising the awareness of young people, particularly high school students, about the risks in their everyday life and giving them the tools to manage it better. The journey that I've been on for 16 years is after my daughter Stacy, who was jogging with earphones, and when she was tired and she came to the corner of Ledbury and Lawrence, she stepped off the curb and she was hit by a car she never saw coming, and she died instantly. For many, many years I did bereavement work until a bereaved father that I was helping invited me to a Smart Risk event, and I went to hear for the first time the words of why Stacy died. She died from preventable injury. So that was about 3-4 years ago, and since then I've devoted a lot of time to bringing the Smart Risk message of buckle up, look first, wear the gear, get trained, and drive sober to high school students, so that maybe I can save one life or help one young person not get injured and be in a wheelchair for the rest of their life.
Hi, I'm Neil Corrigan from Toronto Police. We're here tonight to just try and improve the safety of pedestrians in the area of Valley Park Middle School, in the Don Mills Road area. We're concerned about children crossing mid-block and putting themselves in harm's way. So hopefully the message that we're going to be having this evening will encourage people and parents to talk to their children and make sure that they cross safely when it's crosswalks, and they make sure that they get home alive to their families. That's what's most important, and that's why we're here tonight.
Tonight we're at Valley Park Middle School. It's at Overlea Blvd and Don Mills Road. Yesterday we went in and we spoke to 1,200 students at this school about pedestrian safety. Tonight we're here back at the school. We're talking to parents and the community. This was a real community effort. Last year in November we had an adult and daughter cross Don Mills Road, both struck by a car and hospitalized with major injuries. The young 13-year-old girl went into a temporary coma. She is out now and in rehab. Both are recovering fine. That was felt by this school and the community so strongly. The police and the community got together, and we're here tonight to talk about pedestrian safety. With us as well is a special guest, is Ned Levitt. He's written a book. His daughter was killed crossing the street, and she was 18 years old. So he's leaving a very powerful message. I can speak about the law in regards to pedestrian safety and some safety hints. Mr. Levitt, a father, can talk about the human side of how that feels when you lose a loved one crossing the street. So tonight, I would like to leave a strong message with pedestrians. You have a real responsibility when you're crossing the street. Make absolutely certain that you scan when you cross the street, even on a green light. You can only cross when it's safe to do so, and pedestrians must stop crossing mid-block. When you do that, the motorists, that's a surprise, and you don't give the motorists sufficient time to bring your vehicle to a controlled, safe stop. That's the biggest pedestrian killer, walking mid-block. Second is vehicles turning on intersections. They don't see the pedestrian. So when you cross the street, keep your head up, be alert, check all lanes that they are safe, and make sure that you check to the left that there are no turning vehicles. As a pedestrian, we know that a lot of drivers are doing a variety of things in their car when they're driving. We all know about the cell phone. They're talking on the phone, they're eating their lunch, they're reading their favorite magazine, or they're in deep discussions with a passenger. That's a distraction. So pedestrians, they must understand that and watch for that. So the pedestrian, there's an onus for you to watch out for the driver who's not watching out for you. We talk distracted driving. We're now bringing that to the pedestrian. They're crossing the street, they're texting, they're having a conversation. Don't let that phone run your life. You be in charge of the cell phone. If you're texting or having a conversation, put it down to your side, walk across the street, keep your head up and alert, and when you're at the opposite side of the street and you find a safe location, carry on with your texting or conversation. You've got to cross that street as if your life depends upon it.
Because it really does, doesn't it, Jack?
Pardon me?
It really does.
Absolutely. We've had 38 pedestrians killed in Toronto in the past 2 years. That's a lot. We have to get a message out to pedestrians that when we cross the street, we just don't walk with our head down. Don Mills Road here, we have a 3,000 student population. They cross the street to go to their favorite 7-Eleven, and they're engaged in a conversation, and their backs are turned to oncoming traffic. So when you're focused in on that conversation, you're not making sure the awareness of around you. So we have to pay particular attention to our safety.
November, where one of our students, a young girl, and her mother were struck, and the girl came very close to death. Fortunately, she did survive, but she has yet to return to school and is presently in a rehabilitation center. This particular accident, like others, created many sleepless nights, not only for her family and friends, but for the staff and administration of Valley Park. Our students and their families, and the students and families in all schools in our area, are our community's most precious asset, an asset that we need to proactively keep safe.
Maybe don't think about getting injured simply because you don't want to. Maybe don't think about getting injured because you figure that it's just injuries happen by accidents. And there's no warning. There's nothing you can do to prevent them. But the fact is that when someone is hurt or injured, it's almost never an accident. It's usually because the events were predictable, and that means you can prevent them. For a long time, I thought what happened was just a stupid accident. Then I found out that the incident was, in fact, predictable and preventable. And since becoming involved in the Smart Risk program, I've learned that there are 5 choices that we can all make to help prevent injuries. 5 simple choices that you can make to allow you to take risks and significantly reduce the chances of you or other people being hurt. Let's face it, taking